What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I hope the audio is all right. This was a little bit of an impromptu live stream. Had a little bit of a busy Memorial Day weekend doing some things. We're going to be back to our regularly scheduled programming. I know that we've been doing a lot of live streams here, but we're here for one reason only. Also, this is, I kind of expect people to trickle in a little bit slowly here because this was sort of last minute, so I'll ramble to myself for a little bit. But we're here today. We have one goal, one objective. Hop in here, draft a puppy, ship the whole thing. These are Underdog best ball tournaments we're about to get into here, where Underdog, you hop on there, underdogfantasy.com, and it's beautiful. You draft teams, what is it? It's May 31st today, and you can go out there, draft teams, and then in the fall, when football resumes or when football kicks off, you don't have to worry about a damn thing. They just set the best lineups every week. They have really cool tournaments. I'm out here entering a ton of them. I have a ring to prove it. I gotta stop showing off the ring because I think it's gonna get old after a while. But look, man, I gotta show it. I gotta show it every time. I have to. Won a ring with Gabriel Davis, little $2,000 payday for your boy. And I like just saying that at the top because at the end of the day, we're trying to play fantasy football to be profitable and make some money. And Underdog is 1,000% a place where you can go out there and make money. When I went to withdraw the account or withdraw that, $2,000 from winning the tournament, it was seamless. I got it out within like a week. I know that that's something some people sort of have reservations with, but smooth process, everything among those lines. Great tournaments, great app. How are we doing? It seems like we finally got people in the chat. I've been out here just kind of filibustering, waiting for people to trickle in. Let me know. Look, I have the AC on. It's like 95 in Jersey. I refuse to not have the AC on. So if you can hear it a little bit in the background, let me know how bad it is. If it's awful, I'll debate changing it, but I don't know. You might have to give me a super chat to change it. What do we got here? We got Nathan's in here. What's going on? Nathan, appreciate you. Always popping out in the live streams. What else we got? How's it going, Ron? When are you next drafting on Sleeper? Like a seasonal draft on Sleeper? If I do a seasonal mock draft on Sleeper, it'll be like August. But I'm assuming you mean like what the hell am I even talking about here? My brain isn't working. But I'm assuming you mean a Dynasty startup draft, and probably not again. I think we're kind of already done with Dynasty season. I will say you guys have been loving those streams, so maybe, just maybe, I will. You said, who the fuck is Powell? What do you mean, who the fuck is Powell? Do I gotta take his jersey down real quick and let you guys know who the hell Powell is? Give me a second. Look, this is Seton Hall. Seton Hall Pirates. Big East legend. I'm sorry, Todd, but you know too well Miles Powell battered those Kentucky boys, Madison Square Garden a few years ago. Miles Powell. What Trenton makes, the world takes. One of the most underappreciated college basketball players of all time. I truly do believe that COVID year, Seton Hall would have been like a 3 seed in the tournament. They would have been on an absolute run that year, maybe even win it all. You hate to see it. I decided I'll show the front of the jersey. Why not? A little Seton Hall. What do we got? What else we got? Seems like some people are trying to hop into a draft. Let's just appreciate you guys. We got Josh A. Just joined. Which draft are you doing? Going to try and get in if it's on Underdog. It will be on Underdog. If anybody else wants to get in, promo code RUN. You hop on there. You deposit. I'll drop the link in the chat in terms of how to use the promo code. And then from there, we'll hop into a draft and stop all this nonsense. Todd said he was really good, but how dare you? No, you know I'm kind of also a Kentucky fan, but I also like Seton Hall just because they're local, and I have a buddy that goes there. I was milliseconds away from going to Seton Hall, but I was like, nah. I'll just pop out to community college and do my thing real quick. Just tear it up at CC. I'm pretty much a JUCO transfer. Like I'm pretty much a last chance U alum. This is me joking, by the way. I'm literally joking. I'm not a last chance U alum. All right, so let me put this in the chat. I'm gonna drop. You can literally just click that link where you know how it says promo code, and you get. I haven't even said what the promo code does, but you put promo code RON, and it'll match your deposit up to $100. So you deposit $20, they'll match $20 in your account. You'll have $40 total. so on and so forth. All right, so we're going to pin that in here. And then from here, we're going to actually hop into a draft and stop all this nonsense, all this filibustering. Let me take all this off. But this is what we're going to do. I'll give a little bit of a countdown when we go into hop in here. I'll give a countdown so you guys can all join with me. But I'm going to go puppy. I'm going to click enter, but this does not mean that we're going to be entering. It's going to be enter, and then it's going to be like, would you like to deduct $5? I'm going to count down here. 5, 4, 3. Actually, hold on. Let me give a little bit more time for you boys, because I kind of abruptly changed there. But if anybody out there wants to hop into a puppy with your boy, 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, we got a lot of spots here as well. So if anybody wants to hop in, we have like, I want to say like 6 spots open for you guys. What do we got in here? You said I'm going to try and jump in this. Hop in here, hop in here. And if you get in, let me know your name. And you said what's up? First time in. Welcome in, brother. How are we doing? How are you today? I'm doing all right. I hopped on. I don't know if you guys seen on Twitter, but Overzet started this thing with Underdog where if you hop into a draft, if you draft a team and you go to the gym and you like are on a machine, a Stairmaster, or a treadmill, you take a picture of the machine and then you take a picture of your team, you get, I want to say, a shirt for the Underdog Cardio Club, and then you also get like some kind of like cool Discord access in the Deposit Kingdom. I figured I'd go out there, go to the gym, got a nice little lift in, and then afterwards I hit some cardio. I never hit cardio, but I mean, I'll go out there, I'll help promote Underdog, so I'll put it on the timeline for you guys. Also, summer's coming up. I kind of probably need that cardio, all right? The boy, I've been eating well, so I've been kind of losing weight here a little bit. And I'm not saying I'm obviously not like fat or anything. Was definitely I was at my heaviest weight I've ever been, my PR, if you will. Not recently. If you get what I'm saying. So I'm like 6'3". I was like 215 probably like 4 weeks ago. I'm now down to like 205. The goal is to be 190 and just shredded. That's the goal. So we're going to go out there, do cardio. So I took a picture. This is like an awful picture. But like I took a picture of like the Stairmaster machine, took a picture of the team. You do that, you hashtag Underdog Cardio Club, and no one told me to promote Cardio Club or anything like that. I just thought it was really cool what Pete's doing. So if any of you guys want in on that, you do it. I want to say 7 days from now until the end of June, and you get like a cool shirt and like some other stuff. It's really not the end of the world in terms of like prizes, but at the end of the day, you're getting better, you know. You said, have you been to East Rutherford? Went to the Kentucky Duke game in like 02 in East Rutherford. Coaches versus cancer. Huh. I have been to East Rutherford. Like if you mean MetLife, I've been to MetLife, but for football, not for anything else really. You said you should be in. Your name's Jay Blizzy. You've been in some with me before? Okay. Dude, if any of you guys see me, dude, I'm in a ton of slow drafts. Here's the thing with Underdog, and I hate to keep on. I'm going to show the draft board now, and I hate to keep on just sort of beating a dead horse with how much I love Underdog and everything. But like, I wouldn't push this to you guys as much as I do if I wasn't like genuinely using it a ton myself. That's really what it comes down to. Well, it seems like seems like I've lost that. So we'll put this here. We'll put me here. Ooh, we're gonna have to make me a little bit smaller. I'll once we get to like the third, fourth round, I'll remove the banner. It's fine. We're fine. What the hell was I talking about? But yeah, if you see me in any drafts, if you see me in a fast draft, you see me in a slow draft, anything like that, literally either just like at me on Twitter, DM me something. Like I'll get back to you and kind of joke around with whatever teams we drafted, all that. It's Deggy, you're in. Joey, you said you're in with Skillos. I imagine Deggy's at the 12 spot with me back here. So let me, now I actually have to make these picks on my phone, or not. I'm going to make the pick here. Next pick I'll make on my phone so you guys see the draft board. I have one guy I would really like to get here. I would love to get him here. Please, Falatoni, please, don't do it. Valentini, please, love it. CeeDee Lamb at the 10 spot. Usually I'd scoff at that, but that's really not an awful way of getting pretty unique. But Stephon Diggs is a slam dunk pick there. I actually love Stephon Diggs. That Game 17 stack where it's Diggs, or not Diggs, but like Buffalo Bills versus the Bengals, huge. All right, so let me get my phone charger. Or no, I won't get my phone charger yet. I'll make these picks on my phone. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Let me catch up with the chat. All right, so Mixon's gone and Devontae Adams is gone, and now we're staring down Najee Harris at the 14 spot. And I hate Najee Harris, but if you guys keep letting him slip to me, like I'll take that all day. Diggs Najee has to be super rare, I feel like. You have pick 12. What do we got here? So you said what advice do you have when it comes to listening to YouTubers, etc., on certain players? For example, a lot of people don't rate Pittman and some like him. I never know what to do. I think it's about finding a small circle of guys you really trust. I mean, off the top of my head, if I'm going to just sort of give you guys the keys, I think guys that like listening, the thing is that I think you kind of just have to have a small group of people you listen to, and then you also just kind of have to take it for what it is, and you can't just, like, I kind of have different spots that I go to, all people that have sort of different perspectives and stuff, and then from there you can kind of listen to the bull case for either or the bear case for either, and then kind of go from there and sort of decide for yourself. It's a little bit tougher. I think if you're just going to lean on like what analysts think, you want to shrink it down to like 2 or 3 if you don't have time to maybe like parse through some things. But guys I love are very easily Sean Siegel. I think Evan Silva does great work. I think Ben Gretsch does great work. Overzet's great from a strategy standpoint. I love Davis Maddock. Pat Crane's great. What's his name? Maybe Andrew Blair from RotoViz is really, really, really good. Who else? I had some other names, and if I go through my podcast, but Leone's not bad either, Mike Leone. But yeah. What else do we got? I also love Player Profiler, the Roto Underworld over there with Matt Kelly. He has great guests on all the time. Gonna do that Stairmaster. I need to eat better though. LOL, it's been bad. Yeah, I've been trying to get better just for the summer and dumb shit. But yeah, I've been tracking a little bit of calories. Doing my thing. You said, damn, you're not in this one. Hate to say it. Wow, we didn't even talk. I didn't even talk about it. But Josh Allen at the 103 is insane from this guy. I almost hate that I took Diggs. I can't even stack him now. That's annoying. You said you wish Underdog had contests in Michigan. You hate to see that. It's Swift, LOL. Oh, you wanted me to go Swift there? You said you have too many shares of Diggs already. Had to take CD. CD's nuts. You almost got me with that. What's going on, Mark? How are we doing? Also, fellas, we're just hanging out. I'm doing a redraft, mock, live draft, whatever you want to call it here. If you guys just want to give me like Dynasty questions, I'm down to answer any and all questions. Like I put Q&A on the title of like a video we did a couple days ago, so I wanted to switch it up. But this is firmly just a wide open. If you guys want to ask me a Dynasty question, if you have a Dynasty trade in, if you want to ask me, what's your take on player X for this season, what's going on? How are we doing? Okay, Daniel, what do we got? You said, who is the Miami running back you want this year and why? I actually loved Raheem Mostert, and then Jacob Sanderson came on here. If you haven't watched that, by the way, Jacob Sanderson, one of the sharpest dudes I know in fantasy. He kind of approaches the game from a really unique standpoint. And he was kind of talking about, I used to kind of like Raheem Mostert, and I still do. I don't hate Raheem Mostert at his price, but he was kind of showing me he's not the only running back that's sort of worth drafting. All right, so our pick is up here. And I hate the board. We're pretty much staring down Pittman, Waddle, DJ Moore, Marquise Brown. Hate all of them. I honestly just hate all of them. I'm trying to think. So we have Diggs. No, we have no Bengals to take. Man, in this spot, when you're staring down Pittman, Waddle, DJ Moore, Marquise Brown, there is nothing that sticks out to me among those four. DJ Moore or Marquise Brown or Michael Pittman. Let's go Marquise Brown. I've been liking Marquise Brown because I think that Kyler Murray's price is outrageous. I think his price is outrageous. It makes no sense. But with the Miami thing, I've been coming around on Edmonds. Sanderson was talking to me, pretty much telling me, like, Edmonds is a great bet because he's like a 10th round running back, and he has an all-purpose skill set. So, I mean, if there's other injuries in that backfield or anything, I mean, he can kind of have a really, really valuable role in terms of, like, high-value touches, getting receptions, getting rushes, all of that good stuff. All right, at 38, I'll go Pittman just because, I mean, I don't think that, I mean, this is like, he falls a half round here. I don't love Pittman, but I think it just makes sense in this build. That's what I'll tell myself. But yeah, I've been liking. My two main targets are Edmonds and Sony Michel. I do sprinkle Raheem Mostert here and there. What else we got? Do you think Sam Howell is worth a pick at the 15-10, or will Washington draft a new quarterback next year? I'm assuming you mean 15-10 like a dynasty draft. I think 15-10 is probably fine value. He's not somebody I'm really targeting though. Here's a trade I need advice on: Dalvin Cooks, or I'm gonna say. Okay, so that you sent that on accident. Said, sorry, a little late to reply. I'm at work, but been following you recently and appreciate the awesome information you provide. Keep up the great work. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And Andy's saying that this is his first stream that he's been in. All right, so let me take off the banner. We'll show a little bit more of the draft board here. I think this should work fine. What do we think? All right, so you said here's a trade I need advice on: Dalvin Cook, Tony, 408. I'm assuming like that 408 is like a rookie pick, right? So Dalvin Cook, Tony, 408 for ETN DJ Moore, 108. I take ETN DJ Moore's side by a lot. I think the Cardinals might be a complete dumpster fire this year, in my opinion. Nah. Dude, Kyler Murray's too good, man. Kyler Murray's just too good. What do you mean by dumpster? Like they're gonna run a ton of plays. They'll have high pace. They'll have a quarterback in Kyler Murray who's just gonna score a ton of fantasy points regardless. You said taking Pittman in any draft feels like a sin. Yeah, I don't love Pittman, but like 6 picks passes ADP, I don't hate doing it. I don't know, man. I was off Pittman last year. He had big boy target share numbers. I think Matt Ryan will be able to get him the football. I'm not expecting anything crazy, but he's interesting. Trying to remember kind of what our structure is here. So we have Najee Early, Diggs, Marquise Brown, Pittman. Okay. So Zeke in the 4th is almost as good as Mike Evans and Aaron Jones in February. Did you just take him? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Zeke this year, man. I really don't. Cause like, I think in most years, I think in your home leagues where you'll be drafting like in August, I almost think Zeke will be like a 2-3 turn guy. You know? I think that there's going to be... I think people still like Zeke. He wasn't, like, awful last year. He was hurt. Like, a lot of the Zeke guys are still pretty in on Zeke here. But I don't know, man. I'm just not sure what that looks like this year for him. I'm trying to think here what I'm even about to do. I got ideas. This has to be Kyler if Valentini lets me. What do we got? All right, so we'll go Kyler. We'll go Kyler. That'll stack us with Marquise Brown and be fine. We'll go here. But I'm thinking, I don't know, man. This next pick is also very tough. Trying to think of what kind of stacks here. I mean, like Dobbins is interesting. Like you can get some Dobbins Pittsburgh or like Baltimore Pittsburgh type things going on. I don't love it though. I think Drake London's interesting in like a bring back for the Arizona stack. And when I say bring back, it's it's pretty much a what the hell am I trying to say? The week 17 game stacks are huge this year. That's what I'm trying to say. So Najee Harris, I think Dobbins makes a lot of sense here. I also think Drake London makes a ton of sense here. Let's go Drake London. I want to just keep taking wide receivers here. Why not? What do we got? You said Pittman got a better quarterback. Yeah, I mean for fantasy, it's probably not a huge upgrade, but it's still interesting. You said Najee Harris isn't making it past pick 5. You said Najee Harris making it past pick 5 is Bush League. Okay, brother. I hope you're joking. What do we got? You said Josh A, you're in my commission 1 league. You said Breece Hall over Zeke. I actually think I would take him. I think I would take Breece Hall over Zeke. You said Kyler hasn't finished an entire season since he's been drafted. I'm just not really in the business of, like sort of betting on health or anything among those lines. When he's played, he's been a like 20 plus point per game type guy. what do you think about Metcalf this season? I actually love Metcalf. He showed last year, like even with like Geno Smith and like a hurt Russell Wilson at quarterback, he was still not amazing for fantasy, but he drew like a 27% target share on an average depth of target past like the first down marker, like 15 yards downfield, which is crazy to earn targets at that high of a rate on deep routes from bad quarterback play. And on top of that, he's such a raw player that I think that he still has more to improve in terms of like people. A lot of the film writers like to say that he is just a go and that he's pretty much a limited route runner. So if he sort of takes a step forward in terms of route running, he maintains that target share. The quarterback play will be bad, but there should be some rapport there. Drew Lock, actually, like his only strength is like actually throwing the ball deep. So with Metcalf, I don't think you need the offense to be too great. You don't need the quarterback play to be too great. He's so athletic and he's so fast that he can score enough touchdowns to probably give you fine efficiency. So in the 4th round, I'm very much in on Metcalf at that price. You said, is this how the drafts go in this app? Wide receivers this early? Yeah. You said, rate my Dynasty startup team, 12-team, tight end premium, Herbert, Barkley, DJ Moore, Schultz, Pittman, Wilson, Sky Moore. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough for me to say. With I'd probably just see like what your starting lineup looks like, all that. You said LOL Elijah Mitchell over Dobbins. Did someone did that? Yeah, that was actually Deggy. Deggy's actually in this chat. You can feel free to defend yourself. I would take Dobbins over Elijah Mitchell, but I don't think it's egregious. You said, do you think you should try to take advantage of the situation and get him in Dynasty? Who are you talking about, Joey? Let me see. What do you think about Metcalf this season? Yeah, I made a video like earlier in the offseason saying you have to go buy DK Metcalf. He's like a 23, 24-year-old wide receiver that we know is really good. And especially in Dynasty, he's in the final year of his contract. It seems like he's in the final year of his contract. He's either going to leave after this year, get traded. He could get extended. But I also think with Russell Wilson gone, I think Pete Carroll's time there is probably really running out at this point. So when Pete Carroll leaves, that offense is going to be much better in terms of pass to run ratio. So there's a lot of positives on Metcalf's profile over the next like 3 years. All right, so what are we looking at? We have Buffalo, Arizona. We already have a quarterback. I got some ideas. I got a couple ideas. So we have Atlanta, Arizona stacks. Man, Ayuk goes. I wanted to get Ayuk there. Damn, that is bad. So we don't have any Buccaneer stack for Brady. That would make sense. All right, so this is going to be Lockett, and then from there I'll figure something out, I think. Not pretty though. Man, I got some ideas. I mean, Brady's interesting. Who are even late stacks with the Bucks? I guess Rashad White, Gronk. No, I don't want to go Brady if I already have Kyler. I don't know why I'm even debating doing that. So Lockett's gone. I think it just has to be one of these running backs between Clyde, Miles Sanders, Pollard. And I can't say I really have a preference between the three. Would probably be Sanders, then Pollard, then Clyde. But I want to be more exposed to Clyde. Wow. So he goes Cordarrelle. Huh. I don't think any of these guys stack with my players. KC, no. Philly, no. Dallas, no. The Dallas are playing the Titans. I'm going to go Clyde. I would usually go Miles Sanders here. I think Miles Sanders is better. But I haven't taken a ton of Clyde. And I want to have a path to that Chiefs-Denver stack. So this is going to be the part where I actually I'm going to start queuing people from whichever teams I'm trying to stack here, just so I can kind of get a feel for that, which is a dangerous game to play because then that's how you kind of get auto-drafted somebody like 30 picks before their ADP. So we have Arizona stacks. We need the Falcon stacks on the other side. Now these are Game 17 stacks. I'm not currently reading chat, but I'm going to sort of talk through why I love Week 17 stacks, and it's just that if you have a superstar team that makes it through to that final round, you want their outcomes to be correlated so you can have the most supercharged team possible in that final round. All of the big money up top only goes to anybody who makes it to week 17. And if you make it to week 17, you essentially need your lineup to look like a DraftKings lineup of like stacks and bringbacks and things being correlated so that, you know, if your quarterback goes crazy, you ideally want to also have his ancillary pieces that also go crazy so that your upside is kind of correlated with the rest of your team. And the idea is that if you do this with most of your teams, then the 5 to 10% of your total teams that make it to the week 17 round will be correlated and have a pretty big edge on the rest of the field, because I don't think when we have such a wide like user base on this app, I think only like maybe like 5 to 10%, 20% of the teams that make it to week 17 will even have correlated week 17 pieces. So if you can be one of those teams, you're putting one step forward pretty much towards shipping something big at the top. And I think even in the puppy, there's like $70,000 up top. But yeah, as I said, starring all these players. So what I'll do is on Underdog, it's dope. You can just search a team name. Like I literally just typed in the Ravens, and then I go down and I just start everybody so that everybody on my draft board is correlated. So I took Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so I'll do Chiefs, and I'll start everybody from McCole Hardman through Justin Ross. So at the end, I'm still sort of gravitating towards picks that are correlated. I'm kind of curious what you guys think about this, because I think some people will be pretty apprehensive to an idea like this where it's, you know, your goal is just making it there and then kind of hoping that something works out. But if all of your teams are prepared to make it there, then I think you have a better chance of making more money. So in turn, a little bit more plus EV that way. But the week 17 games I'm trying to look for, this is a lot of me just filibustering while starring all these players and not looking in chat. I don't know how many people are even in here at this point. But the games you want to be exposed to, ideally, are Bengals versus Bills. And I'll probably make a video on this eventually of like week 17 stacks, how I'm attacking that. I think I'm probably going to put out an Underdog strategy video really soon as well, where I kind of just break down team structuring and overall strategy that I've had, if you guys would be interested in such a thing. So we have the Bengals-Buffalo stack. We have the Steelers-Ravens stack. Atlanta-Arizona. I guess like Seattle Jets, but I'm not even gonna mark that. And then Indiana Giants, I'm not gonna mark that either. Actually, I will. I'll mark Colts versus Giants, and that's noteworthy. But we're about to be back on the clock when I've done nothing but ramble and star players. And I also have all of these week 17 matchups pretty much memorized at this point, which is ugly. All right. My bad. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom, fellas. I'm sorry. That was a lot of me just staring at my phone, not keeping up with chat. And I don't want to answer things. That you guys have already... You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we're up. It becomes very interesting here. Dawson Knox slipping slightly past his ADP. Not super interested in it. I'm going to take Ertz to stack with Kyler Murray, first and foremost. And then I have a couple tricks up my sleeve for what happens next here. How long are you going to be drafting? Probably, man, I should have probably scrolled down here. Probably, we'll do this one. We're at 40 people in here. If you guys start going crazy in the algorithm, there's like 50 people in here and there's like an encore and you guys are standing on your feet begging me to do more, then I'll think about it. Man, so Dawson Knox is interesting here. I don't know if I want to go Dawson Knox to get a Stephon Diggs stack in. Claypool makes a ton of sense here. We're not weak at wide receiver. But we don't have a ton that I love. Or we don't have a ton at this point. We only have 5. Let's go Claypool. Why not? We'll go Claypool. I think that James Cook would have made some sense there too, but I think I can kind of wait a little bit. I think the way this team ends up is probably either 2-5-9-2 or 2-5-8-3. That's the goal right now. What else we got in here? Said Zeke is cooked. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. He's just probably not good anymore. Superflex trade. You said Tannehill, Kamara, a 23 second for Trey Lance and a 2024 first. I don't know how that even works, brother. I don't know how that even works. But Give me the Trey Lance side without even a 2024 first. You said, besides Cincinnati and Buffalo, what is your favorite Week 17 matchup? Rams, Chargers, Bills, Cincy, and Chiefs, Denver. Those are the big three. Those are the big three, and then you kind of have the next best ones, which are probably, what's the one I really like? Raiders versus 49ers. And then that's kind of it. And then there's pretty much a tier gap from there in terms of what else you're looking at. What else we got? DK did better with Geno than Lockett did. I guess that's kind of true. Thoughts on Waddle? Not a huge fan. I don't love Tua. You have Tyreek coming in. I think Waddle is... It's hard for me to see a case for him to be a top 5 wide receiver with Tyreek Hill there. And then also with his skill set kind of being a Jarvis Landry type guy. Now, I am definitely bought into the idea that he can be a deep threat, that he has that speed, and Tua's just kind of limited. Through a redraft lens, I have a hard time liking Waddle, especially at his price. He's like a 3-4 turn guy. So thoughts on Barkley? Absolutely love him. He has the highest, pretty much the highest upside out there. I have Barkley. What was I gonna say? I made a Dynasty rankings video, a Dynasty running back rankings video the other day where I pretty much outlined why I love Saquon Barkley, so I get into more detail there. I will say, these live streams, I love chopping it up with you guys, but if I don't have an outline of like clear research that I've done, I only got so much info on each player. You said, what's going on? Mark, you said hit that like. Yes, sir. If I answer a question of yours, just hit the like button. It helps the boy out a ton. XX Pesky is in here. What's going on? You said, Lil Baby, you're gonna. Probably Lil Baby. Probably Lil Baby. I don't think, I don't think it's even that close, really. Gunna was nice when he first came out, though. I haven't liked a ton of his stuff since. I can't think of the album, but it's like super green and he's like a cartoon. You said KJ Hamler will be the Lockett of Denver. I don't hate that idea. I think it's probably more that Judy and Sutton will be the Lockett and DK Metcalf, and I think Hamler is more likely to be the... Who the heck is that guy? David Moore from a couple years ago, where he kind of did his thing. What else we got in here? Trying to think of what this next pick is about to be. I'm chilling on quarterback. We're not doing great on tight end, but I don't like any of the tight ends that are up here. I think for now, I don't even really like Alexander Madison at his cost, but it makes some sense. I'll go Madison. Why not? We'll go Madison. We'll see what happens. So yeah, we're setting up for a little 2-5, probably 2-5-8-3 thing, but I think I'm still sort of wrestling around with what even, how thin can you get at tight end. There's going to be a guy that I most likely draft here, as long as Deggy doesn't take him. That gets us a nice little KC Denver stack. I can't say... I'm not sure that he helps us out a ton, though. I am also staring down Jarvis Landry, though. I'm staring down Jarvis Landry and Albert O. I think Albert O is interesting because we need another tight end. And I think that Albert O and Zach Ertz might even be a pairing that we could just kind of be set for life at. Okay, and Jarvis goes. So, I mean, Gesicki's interesting, but I think I would go Gesicki over Albert O straight up, but just because I have the stack in Albert O, I'll go Albert O. It's not easy, but I'll go Albert O. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Albert O and Zach Ertz is enough? I kind of do. I kind of think that is kind of enough for 2. Might go with a third, though. So what side would you rather have for the 2022 season, Najee or Holland Allen? Probably Najee. That's like a first versus like a third and a fifth. Cowboys versus Titans week 17. That's like kind of interesting, but the Titans, they play at a slow pace. They need to get down early for that to work out. You said, who is your Ravens wide receiver 2? So after Bateman? It gets close between Duvernay and Tylan Wallace, but I think it's probably Duvernay. Am I an idiot that's like not remembering that there might be another Ravens wide receiver out there? Or is it literally just Tylan Wallace and Devin Duvernay? That's what I think that's what it is. Hey, Tom's in here. Hit that like or we're going to have some problems. That's what I'm saying, bro. Hit that like and nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt. Can I get a 2023 first on top with Gunna? You said kind of like the Cards to destroy the Falcons and Lions to go crazy versus Bears, so I like having Mooney on Swift teams and grabbing Darrell Williams on London teams, etc. Yeah, I like that too. I actually have that a little bit here. Did I end up going Drake London or no? I remember I wanted to. Yeah, so I have Drake London, Marquise Brown, and Kyler Murray. So I have I have Kyler Murray, I have Marquise Brown, I have Zach Ertz, and then I brought it back with Drake London. So we have that Cardinals Atlantic game covered here. I'm trying to think. What are the direction this team's going in? You said, what is your favorite spot for Julio Jones to sign to be fantasy relevant? Anywhere that needs a wide receiver. So I think Ravens would be fun. I think Chargers would be fun. That's about it. You said you didn't trade for the first 5 rounds of your startup, which, by the way, I've been somebody that loves to trade a ton, but I also don't mind in a startup just sitting in the pocket and making your damn picks. I don't think it's an awful strategy these days. You said, I didn't trade for the first 5 rounds of my startup. Started Lamar, Dak, A.J. Brown, Saquon, DJ Moore. Love that. Absolutely love that. I can't believe you got DJ Moore 5th. Is Barkley worth a 2023 first and 23 second for win now team? Probably not. I don't know if I'd pay a 23 first straight up for him. You said you think Ertz will have a great start. I agree. You said competing team give Pittman, Devonta Smith, and a 23 first for Jefferson and a 1 quarterback start 9. It's close, man. I'd probably take Jefferson, but it's really close. Said I'll normally grab a 3rd tight end super late in these types of builds just because 3 tight ends has a way higher advance rate, especially if you don't get a top 5 tight end. I agree. Goddard versus Ertz for the season. Very much Goddard. I actually love Goddard. You said Falcons could sure use a wide receiver. In terms of what? Julio Jones? Sleeper young tight end with upside. Jordan Texans. The damn hell? Oh, you mean Brevin Jordan on the Texans, Komet on the Bears, or Smith Jr. on the Vikings? I think of those 3, at cost, I like Brevin Jordan the most. All right, so we got some options here. I'm trying to look. I agree. I think I'm going to try and go with 3 tight ends here. I think this is a very easy pick if this falls the way I think it's going to. I got some ideas. Man. So Crowder goes. I would have loved to go Crowder there just because he's that far past his ADP. Man, I don't even like Michael Carter, but at 155, he makes some sense, guys. That's 15 picks past his normal ADP. He also gives us a little bit of correlation to Tyler Lockett. Let's go Algier. I was going to go Michael Carter, but let's just go Algier. Algier is pretty far past his ADP. We get 2 Atlanta players to 3 Arizona players, so we have a lot of that game stack in there. Man, if Michael Carter gets it back to us, yeah. So you take him, and that's fine. So we have Jameis to pick from. The idea here is we're going to go 2-5-8-2. 2-5-8-2. We need 1 more running back, 1 more quarterback, 2 more wide receivers. Man, so we have Pittman already. We need another tight end as well. Man, oh man. Noah Fant's actually pretty fun, but I'm going to chill. Let's go Alec Pierce. Let's go Alec Pierce. He'll kind of give us some more Indianapolis stack there. So I think we could even bring it back with Daniel Jones. I think it's Indianapolis versus Giants. So we have 2 Indy guys. I could go Daniel Jones. I could go Wan'Dale Robinson. We got options. Dude, really with these best ball drafts, it's literally like just drafting whatever ragtag team, or not whatever ragtag team. Let me not phrase it like that, but through your first 10 picks, doing whatever the hell you want, and then trying to land the plane on the way back, and just sort of making up for all of the mistakes that you've made. What else we got here? So it's sleeper young tight end. Okay, I just said that. What we got here? Yeah, bro. DJ Moore in the 5th. I was tossing him between him and Saquon. Read the room, and when Saquon tried to trade up to get DJ Moore, got rejected. Then he fell to me anyway. Love that. He said, "Hey, Ron, how do you feel about Amari Rodgers? I don't love him. He didn't do anything last year. They drafted 2 more wide receivers. They brought in Sammy Watkins. Just not really interested in him." He said, "Is Baker Mayfield worth a draft startup pick?" Yeah, 100%. I don't think he's finished. I think he's actually a fine NFL quarterback. Said Fuller to the Falcons would be really fun. I would love. I think that him on the Chargers would be really fun. I think him on the Ravens would be really fun. I don't think of any other teams that kind of stick out. I guess the Chiefs would be fun for Will Fuller. I'd say actually really fun if he was on the Chiefs. Trying to think of what else sort of stands out. Maybe the Cowboys would be kind of fun for him. Trying to think of who needs like a perimeter deep threat. Who's like a winning team. Bucks, probably Bucks too. But I mean, Evans kind of operates that way. You said Julio to the Cowboys. CD needs the help. That could be fun too. You said it's kind of depressing that CD Lamb's ADP keeps rising. I want to be in on him, but it's tough at cost. I agree. He has a lot of he has a pretty easy path to just absolutely smashing at his ADP. All that really needs to happen is for him to just assume the target share that he's had on a per route basis and be like a 95% plus route guy, and he probably gets there as like a top 5 wide receiver. It just comes down to, if he can do it, if you can increase the target share. There's a little less than a coin flip chance that his target share is just kind of bottomed out at like 21%, and you're looking at just like a back end wide receiver 1 for the end of eternity, which isn't a great bet to make at the end of the first. You said, is Hamler really the new Lockett? Seems like a pretty hot take. I don't think that he is. I think he's probably like David Moore or like, you know, like a young Tyler Lockett on that Seahawks team when they had like Jermaine Kearse and Doug Baldwin. Said Alex Pierce is going to eat this year opposite of Pittman. I think the Colts will have a more balanced offense with Matty Ice under center. I don't hate that take at all. Let me star some Giants. Okay, I already have the Giants starred. All right, we got ideas here. We got ideas. Let me make sure that I'm lining up more bringbacks. I think I also need to I got to highlight the Vikings and the Packers, which will be a really fun Week 17 game. Could be high scoring. Especially, I'm absolutely loving the Vikings this year, and I'm really buying into the idea that I want to say it's Kevin O'Connell's his name, who is the new either head coach or OC. That's just going to bring in a really modern offense, which I think they really need. So we started that. We got Vikings and Packers. So I guess like Seahawks and Jets are the only other thing that I really need to have starred. But how many players from that game do I even really want? Seahawks and Jets. Oh, this is very easily going to be Matt Ryan here. Or actually, maybe it won't be. Man, it's too far past his ADP for me to not go Matt Ryan. So we'll go. I almost did, but I was like, psych. We're actually gonna go with Ty Davis Price and let Deggy take a quarterback of his choosing if he wants one. Ty Davis Price. Okay, that's not bad. Probably could have taken a wide receiver here, but I didn't need one. There was none on the board that I really liked a ton. And I'm looking around. We need one more wide receiver. And Wan'Dale is already gone. That's way past his ADP. Wherever Gallaudet took him, that's got to be. Or his ADP is 186 now, so never mind. It's actually coming down. But he used to be available around pick 200. All right, so we'll go Matt Ryan here. Yeah, so we'll go Matt Ryan here. And then we need a wide receiver and a tight end in our last 2 picks. I might even is our wide receiver room good enough to cut it off at 7? I don't think so. I do not think so. Okay, so we have a couple of things we got to solve here. My bad, I was not reading the chat a ton there. You said I just traded Cousins and 103 for Dak. I don't mind that at all. Doing another draft of this, I'm debating it for sure. I don't know. Dude, I did pretty much an hour on the damn Stairmaster today, and I'm actually exhausted. Said Njoku this late to steal. What type of content do you do during the season? Dynasty trade, start and sit, NFL news. It's actually pretty funny that like some of you guys don't really know what I do in season, and just kind of only know me as like a Dynasty guy so far. but in season, it's pretty much only in season, maybe Dynasty videos here and there. But I'm pretty much doing top 10 takeaways for the week, waiver wire, running back rankings, wide receiver rankings, trade targets, start sit stream, and that's pretty much it. Damn. Debating now, yeah, Matt Ryan had to be the pick there. Just that far past ADP, I can't not take Matt Ryan there. He stacks perfectly with our Pittman and Alec Pierce. We got some things going here. Man, I'm debating cutting this off at 7 wide receivers. I don't know that Diggs, Marquise Brown, Michael Pittman, Drake London, Tyler Lockett, Chase Claypool, Alec Pierce is enough, though. Huh. All right. I think everything's chill, though. What do we got? We got Danny in here from the stock exchange. You making me jelly? Hey, man. It's a price you pay to live in Jersey. Jersey might not be so great, you know. We got mean people. People drive their cars like assholes, me included. But we got underdog drafts, man. That's one thing that we do got, and they can't take it away from us. At least I know they actually took it away from you guys. So let me slow my damn roll for a second there. But is it Trey McBride or Wan'Dale Robinson in this year's rookie draft? Don't need either to start in the near future. I like Wan'Dale more. I have Wan'Dale over. How are we doing, fellas? We got like almost 50 people in here. How are we doing? We're vibing here. I'm debating running up one more. I might do one more, but it's already 7:43. I told my mom I was gonna watch an episode of F1 with her. Dude, we've been watching Formula 1 Drive to Survive on Netflix, me and my mom, spending some quality time with the mother. And it's amazing. I'm sold. I'm seconds away from getting into F1 content. I'm playing, but I actually think I'm pretty much going to beg Andrew Mackins, who does like the marketing stuff at Underdog. I'm literally going to beg them to put out an F1 draft before the next Grand Prix, because they've been doing over under stuff. But I'm telling you guys, I don't know how many of you guys like F1 or even watch it, but I think it'd be interesting to do a draft like this. But there's 20 total drivers, so I think you could do it before the weekend starts, right? Even before qualifying, so that there's like kind of values go all over the place. This is gonna be the last pick here. But you could do it before qualifying. You could do 3 people in like 6 rounds. So you have like a 6-person team, 18 players that get selected, 2 don't. Man, our last player. Sterling Shepard, Romeo Dubes, Isaiah McKenzie. I'm looking at wide receivers here. I don't want to take any of them. Brian Edwards, no thank you. Do we think Sterling Shepard plays at all? I've decided to take Sony Michel. We didn't need another running back. I probably went too thin at wide receiver. But in the 18th round, there's no position I'm trying to take that late. And I didn't need any more players to stack with my wide receivers. Or to stack with my quarterbacks. Who else was there at wide receiver? I wasn't paying enough attention. But 18th round wide receivers are just disgusting, man. I don't want any of these guys. Brian Edwards would have gave me like the opposite side of the Arizona stack, but I just don't want Brian Edwards. Sterling Shepard is interesting. I actually love Sterling Shepard, but coming off the ACL, like the new coaching staff comes in. I really don't know how much Dabble is even going to want to get Sterling Shepard involved. I'm looking at Romeo Dubes. I don't want Romeo Dubes if I don't have Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, ended up going running back. Kind of regret it. But yeah, as I said, I want to literally beg Mackins to have the team start doing F1 drafts. I'd love a tournament before every Grand Prix that's either 3 players, 6 rounds, or like 4 players, 5 rounds, 5 players, 4 rounds kind of thing. And you just take drivers, maybe like $5 to enter. You take drivers, and then based on wherever they finish, they get points. And then maybe you could even give them points for like overtakes and stuff. I think it'd be really fun. Thoughts on the Deshaun Watson case getting another woman? Total is at 23 different women. I don't know. It's pretty much the same as it was. Still not good for the boy. So why do people value Deonta Foreman over Chuba Hubbard? I am one of those people, and it's because Deonta Foreman is better in my eyes. You said, Ron, we've been so committed to the best ball grind that we've been backseating drafts through Spicy Hot. Love to see it. So because the Panthers wouldn't go out and get Deonta Foreman if they loved Chuba Hubbard. That's a really good take. Man, there's almost 50 people in here. I almost feel obliged to give you guys another draft. I also want to watch TV with my mother. Though I did watch a little TV with her earlier. What do we think, fellas? What do we think? Should I run one more up? Should we do an encore? I don't know, man. I don't know. How whack would it be to do the first 10 rounds and then I dip and watch TV with my mom? I'm telling you guys, we've been hooked on that F1 Drive to Survive show. What are we saying? Might as well show you guys a team. We got 25 entries on the puppy, bro. 25 already. I'm like that. Appreciate you, Andrew. But I'm like that. 25 underdog drafts. Boom. I'm trying to max it. I don't know if I'll be able to. But here's the team. I'm not in love with it. I think it's too many running backs. If I go Najee earlier, it needs to be 5 running backs. I just didn't get that 8th wide receiver early enough. Done a ton of drafts so far, but still, it still is tough kind of getting it to be exactly how I want it to be. Man. All right. I think I'm going to make the exact decision. I'm going to cut it off here. I might just jump into one and draft while I'm hanging out with my mom. So if anybody wants to hop in a puppy, go ahead. I will plug Underdog. And I'm not going to... We don't have to push it. I just did a live stream over the weekend with Jacob where we did... I think we did like 4 drafts that Saturday, which was crazy. Let me take this down. Little BBM promo on the way out. If any of you guys are in here watching along... Man, of course at the end of all these is when you guys got to get over here, like, over 50 viewers, and it's like, damn, like, we got 50 people in here. I might as well just keep going. 50 people is a ton. But it's fine. We're going to be streaming on Saturday, doing more puppy drafts, doing more Best Ball Mania 3 drafts. If you want to get in on the fun, if you want to be a part of Underdog's Best Ball Summer, if you want to be a part of Best Ball Summer, Underdog Summer, hop in there. Use promo code Ron. It should be pinned at the top of the live chat. So if you just click on it, it'll bring you right to like my promo code, all that. You deposit. If you use promo code Ron when you deposit on Underdog Fantasy, they will match your deposit all the way up to $100. So you put them up there, $50. They'll match your $50. You have $100 in your, I was gonna say bank account, but not really your bank account, but your balance on the app. So with that being said, make sure you use promo code Ron when you sign up for Underdog. We're gonna be drafting all summer long. Already have 25 puppies done, 25 Best Ball Mania 3s done. I'm a degenerate. I'll be streaming a ton of these. As always, I love you guys. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you go down below, subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one.